What's good, YouTube? It's YG Sai, and today we got episode 1 of my military career. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we can go right into the video. Boom. So, part 1, basically, right? This is gonna be. I'm gonna cover basic training, right? So, boom, right? The way it works is I flew out of Spokane, Washington. Now, I got there when when you get there, it's like there's no organization for nothing. I flew into Atlanta, and there was no organization for anything. Me and the other people were sitting there, we waiting, we looking around and everything, we wondering, but we just sitting there. We ended up sitting there for good 3-4 hours, right? We ended up sitting there for 3-4 hours, because I was supposed to go to Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Yeah, but we flew into Atlanta for whatever reason, right? So we sitting there, and no one knows where to go. So we wait. It's late. It's starting to get late. It's like starting to get 10, 11 o'clock, and we still got to drive all the way to South Carolina. So we're sitting there, and I look up, and I see a bunch of the drill sergeants coming in, just start yelling at people off the rip in the airport. I'm like, oh, it's like this off the rip. But I didn't like at the time, you don't know the situation, so you're just like, oh, right? So they're like, get outside, get on the fucking bus, right? So I get my shit. I had a backpack and a duffel, right? I get my shit, I get on the bus, and I was to drive. It's to drive to South all the way down to Fort Jackson, South Carolina. Now, we get there, and I'm sitting there, and they're like, we're here. Now it's like 2 a.m, right? You basically ain't getting no sleep. You're not gonna get any sleep. It's 2 a.m. So he's like, the drill sergeant's gonna come on the bus, and you're gonna tell him what to do. So I look over at my buddy. I'm like, yo, if the drill sergeant's a short nigga, I swear to God, I'm gonna start laughing. And lo and behold, some 5'2" ass nigga come walking on this bus. You get off the fucking bus, get in line. I'm like, okay. It's gonna be like that. 2 a.m, right? 2 in the freaking morning. So boom. This is what they call reception. It's like in process and all that stuff. Now, we get there. We're all standing in line. They're like, they take our bags. They're like, give us your phones. You give us the phones and everything, right? I was like, damn, off the rip. Keep in mind, it's 4th of July weekend. When I had actually gotten there, it's 4th of July weekend. Like, give up the phones. Boom. Sorry, my bad. My shit's acting funny. We give the phones and everything, and then they start going through all our bags. So they go through all our stuff, and then we just standing there looking stupid, right? They go through all our stuff. They give us the stupid ass Army PTs, right? They give us all that stuff, and they send us up to the holding area, and we ain't had done nothing. We ain't done nothing. They're like, you're gonna clean this. Like, when you get up there, start cleaning. Off the rip. So we cleaning everything, right? And then the next day, they send us to go get the haircuts. Now, for those of you who have been in the military haircuts are painful. They are painful. I don't know what's on them clippers. I don't know what it is, but they hurt, and they cut up your head, right? Now we're all coming in with haircuts that we've had, right? Obviously, I didn't have no long hair because my parents were just weird like that. They just assumed if you had long hair, you were homeless, even if it was kept up. So, but I got my buzzed. But some of the people were not as fortunate to just have a simple haircut as mine. Some people came in with dreads, and they just buzzed off the dreads. So some dude had like spots on his head throughout all of the whole time. He was looking crazy, right? So the drill sergeants, though, were just, if a drill sergeant is in a bad mood, you're screwed for the whole day. That's how the Army works. If a drill sergeant is in a bad mood, you're screwed. It doesn't matter if you listen. It doesn't matter if you're a good soldier or not. If a drill sergeant is in a bad mood, he's gonna take it out on you, and that's exactly what happened. I didn't even remember these drill sergeants' names. That's how unimportant they were to me in my life. I don't even remember their names. I remember some, the real bad ones I remember, but the ones from reception I don't remember. But I had an extended stay at reception because it was 4th of July weekend, and the way the cycles go, they just weren't having it. Obviously, 4th of July is it's an Army holiday, so we're sitting there, no phones, no nothing, twiddling our thumbs, just in the barracks, right? So obviously, guys are gonna do what guys do. We had people fighting, we had races and pillow fights, things of that nature, right? But it's a military pillow. It's a military pillow. They're not comfortable. It's a thick pillow. So boom, 2 guys go at it, and the pillow was so hard that when he knocked the guy, he basically knocked him out with a pillow. That's how stiff the pillows were, right? Now, you know the green side of a sponge, the rough side of a sponge. That was the material of the blankets for a good 4 months. 4 months. It was like sleeping with a sponge. And that was absolutely insane. So when it's finally time for us to go, they tell us to get on the bus. They get us all in order. And they make us like put our heads down while we're on the bus so we don't see anything. So we have no sense of direction. So we just show up at this random field, right, at actual basic. And it's a whole new set of drill sergeants. And they just get on the bus and they just start screaming, like, you're going to get off this bus and you're going to run. And where you see that drill sergeant, you're going to just keep running. Boom. So we get up and we just start running, right? I don't know. I'm so confused. I just take off. And we were standing around this big pit, basically. This big pit. They divide us up into it's called platoons, right? They're going to divide us up into platoons. And they had us out there. It's in the sun. It's South Carolina in July. It's not. There's no nothing. It's just straight humid. And you start to see, I'm looking across. I'm seeing people start to drop. And I look down in front of me. And the girl in front of me, she's kneeling. She's already kneeling, right? If you were standing in the back row of the group so you could see, you were standing. If you was in the front, you was kneeling. I'm standing in the back, right? So she's kneeling. And I look down, and she just dropped. I said, oh, this is not going to be no fun, right? And then, it's all just a bunch of yelling. So they're all just screaming at you. They're trying to scare you. They're trying to... It's like beyond scared straight. That's like the approach. If that's what you want to picture that. That's what it's like. Now, I don't think people understand that when someone's yelling at you, you should probably just shut up. But this stupid guy next to me, he's getting yelled at, right? It's the same shit. You're not nothing. You're nothing. He's like, but this smart ass, he goes, you want to bet? George Armstrong having that. So it's day 1. And the guy is like, we're shoulder to shoulder, and he's getting screamed at. And I'm like, if I turn my head, I'm probably screwed, right? So I turned with my eye. I didn't even look. I went, drill sergeant caught me. He said, oh, what is you looking at, right? Now he's in my face, screaming at me. I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking like, it's going to be like this, right? Keep in mind, right? I graduated not early, but young. 17-year-old, and I was pretty small guy. I hadn't grown into myself yet. I'll say I was good. I've grown and gained weight since then. I was good. 5'7", 140, right? I'm small. I'm a small guy, but I'm not like I'm gonna push over that thing. And the guy next to me, they're yelling in his face, and he's just not having any of it. So they're still in his face. He's like, you got one more chance. And for that time, he just lets it go. But the next day, I don't know what he was thinking in his mind. He just snapped and he squared up. I don't understand what he was doing or what he was thinking, but he was squaring up like this. He was knuckling up to the drill sergeant. And if you would have seen the speed in which the 3 drill sergeants flocked to him and got in his face, I thought he was actually going to swing, but he was actually squaring up. He didn't swing or nothing, but like it was he sure was close. Right? Now, the way it works is you go in to the room, to your designated sleeping area, and it's bunks. It's like bunks on bunk rows and rows and rows and rows of bunks. Right? And the drill sergeants don't care about any of your personal space, your belongings. They don't care about any of that. So if you don't make your bed perfectly, they'll just undo it. You could mess up if you don't make your bed with like the perfect angles and all of that. I'm not going to get into the specific details of how to make a bed because I don't even remember to this day. That's how meaningless it is. That's how meaningless. They don't even care once you actually get out of basic how you make your bed. But if your angle isn't correct, they'll just flip your bed. Right? They'll just undo the whole thing. It could be the smallest. They'll just undo the whole thing. Now, my specific bay, we had a problem because the drill sergeants will appoint people in charge. Doesn't matter the age, doesn't matter anything, right? So, but the people I was cool with were the ones in charge, right? So I thought they were just doing a good job, but our bay was very split on the leadership and the hierarchy, right? So you got your PG, he's in charge. That's platoon guide. He's in charge. There's the APG assistant platoon guide. And then you have your team leaders, right? Now, it doesn't matter if it's your fault or not. Everything is your fault. So if your platoon is not performing, it's your fault. If your team is not performing, it's your fault. Now, the thing is, they tell you to stay under the radar. But my stupid ass was a little bit too good because the ones who know that I can run and I run fast. So it became a problem when the drill sergeant started to notice, and they were like calling me out for some stuff, right? A punishment oftentimes is they'll make you run. Now, right where we were on the base, we had a dirt hill, right by our company, and we had a big old driveway slope. They would make us run. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm just gonna run. So naturally, I came back first. Then the drill sergeant either didn't like it or he liked it too much. So he says, "You, come here, stand here." So I'm standing next to the drill sergeant, and he's like, "Everyone, go run again." He's like, "You try and beat all of them back." So I'm thinking I have to beat them back or I'm gonna get in trouble. So I foot on the gas, pedal to the metal. I go, and they had a head start. I go and I come back and I beat them. He's like, and he sends them again. He's like, go again. He's like, beat them back. He's screwing both of us over because he's not gonna make them stop running until they beat me. And if I don't beat them, I'm screwed. And this went on for weeks where he would do this stupid punishment. Weeks. Now, basic is very strict. It's a very strict set of rules. And one of them is no fraternization, which means you basically don't want to be seen talking to another female. My dumbass didn't want to listen. Of course, it's human nature, right? You see a female you like, it's human nature. You can't even help yourself if you wanted to. So, of course, I ended up getting myself in trouble. I got fired for my APG position, and everyone was putting me on blast. I was getting fried relentlessly, right? But that's a story for another time. But it's about week is about the 4th week. Now you go through your training, your weapons training, simple stuff like that. Your basic, obviously it's called basic training, but all that stuff. Now we get to our this is the weapons training time. It's about the third, 4th week, about a month in, right? And it's an M4. Now keep in mind, I've never shot no rifle before. Boy, I tell you, that was the easiest shit I think I've ever done. And some people just couldn't get a hold of it. But that was the easiest part for me, was shooting. Shooting was easy. Now, they give you 40 rounds to hit 40 targets. That's like the qualification. 40 rounds, 40 targets. So, they'll give you practices. But my average was 31. And now, you have a partner, and you watch them shoot too. And my partner, I kid you not, was shooting 15 out of 40. He was just straight missing. Garbage. He was trash. So boom. So this one comes up. Now we all line up. Everyone who gets done, it's like iterations. There's a lot of people shooting at once, but you're aiming at your specific set targets. Now we all line up, and he'll just read your score out loud. He goes down the line. He goes down the line 28, 20, like 23. Now you need a 23, I think it is, to pass. That's called marksman. 20, 28 and above. 28 to 45 is sharpshooter. 26 to 40 is expert. Boom, so I'm shooting sharpshooter. I'm feeling good. And he's going to line 28. The person next to me, he goes, 38. Damn. Now these people, I'm close with. It's like we're in like competition, everything's like a low competition. So he goes 48. I said, damn. He goes to me, he goes 40. No, not 40. He goes 38. He gets to me, he goes 34. And then my other friend next to me, he goes 39. I'm like, really? The only 2 people I'm trying to beat score higher than me? Right? Some little shit, but, and then they'll send you out in the field. Now, the way the field works in basic is it'll incrementally, in increments, the time you spend out there is going to get longer. So, it goes hammer is the first one, anvil, the second, and forge is the third one. Now, yeah, I did move my other spot. That was UPS, so I did move a little bit, but so it goes hammer, which is 1 day, anvil, which is I think 2.5, maybe 3, and then forge, which I think is 4 or 5 days. Yeah, 4 or 5 days, but the forge is mostly rucking. Now, the anvil, it's a lot of the tactical side with, battle drills, bomb drills, things of that nature. And basically it's more of the same, right? So, boom, we're doing a battle drill, and it's simulated fire. So they'll take you off in the woods. They already have everything set up. They take you off to the specific spot. You're in all your gear. You got you got blanks, right? But blanks, the thing with blanks is they will jam. They jam and they double feed over and over and over again. There's nothing you can do about it. You can do everything right, and they'll still jam and double feed. Boom. So I'm going, and I'm supposed to be leading. So I tell them when we move, who goes where. So boom, I'm going. Boom, boom, boom. Cover fire. Boom. I'm not hearing nothing. There's no sound. I'm like, cover fire. I'm not hearing anything. Right? So keep in mind, you're new to the army. So you panic. You'll panic a little bit. Even though it's fake, you'll still panic because it's just the way it is. Right? So boom. It's my door. It all closed like that. So boom, I'm here. Cover fire. I'm yelling. I'm like, where is it at? He's like, jam. I'm like, fuck. All right, so I go to whack. I'm going bow, right? I jam. I'm looking, I'm doing the whole thing. Double feed. I do the whole thing. I get it fixed. bow, bow, jam. I start to, I'm like, yo. Now I get back to my drill sergeant. He'll like grade your performance, and he's like, "What was that?" I'm like, I'm like, drill sergeant, it's a double feed. There's nothing I can do. He's like, that's how blanks are. They'll jam a double feed. So, sorry, I don't have no glasses on. So they'll jam a double feed. He's like, go through it again. But this time he'll make it. You have to rescue somebody. So he'll pick someone out of your platoon, your little squad. He's like, that's a dead person, and he'll just send him out. That's a dead person. Go rescue him. So now you're doing the whole thing. Now you got to rescue somebody. Now you got less guns, but not because you got 2 people with a gurney, 2 people with a litter. It's what you carry. It's what you carry an injured person on, right? Now you got to protect them too. And if he decides you're not doing a good enough job of covering all that, he'll just decide, hey, you're dead. He'll go around doing this. Now, if everyone in your squad dies, it's not good. It's not looking good for you. Especially if you're the team leader, you'll take the brunt of it, which is exactly what happened. I did everything I could to get these people to lock in, and they would not lock in. I'm like, yo, we gotta do this. We gotta do this. Da. He's like, he's dead. He's just picking and choosing. He's dead. He's dead. Cool. Y'all failed, and we did it till we passed. When you're not used to leading, it sucked. And I was not used to leading nobody, and I wasn't used to having people not listen. Because if it was up to me, I would just do it. I would just do it myself and get it on with. But I know that's not how it works. So, boom, we get done with that. We get back to the company, and the way they do it is they can punish you in the field, but if they get back and they just decide that your performance or your attitude is unsatisfactory, you'll get punished again. So let me tell you what they did. They said you can go shower. They'll give you a day of rest, which everyone's human, right? So they give you a whole day of rest to catch up on sleep, all that. Just do nothing. They'll feed you well. You go up to the dining facility for a change, because usually they'll just bring down some bullshit food, or you'll eat the MREs. Y'all probably know what MREs are. They're not good. The more you're in the Army, you get used to them, but they aren't good. Just bottom line. So we eat good. Now the next day, they gave us hell, right? We come out, and you're like, some of y'all have some bad attitude and some pretty bad performances. So they made us sort rocks from sand. You did hear correct. They made us sort rocks from sand for 2 hours. They made us sort rocks from sand for 2 hours. That's insane. So that was literally the day after our recovery. We spent 2 hours sorting rocks from sand. Now, every day they don't have everything. Every day there's not always something crazy planned, but there's always some sort of training. They'll put you in classes and stuff like that. Now, land nav, I think, is the thing I am the worst at. I don't understand it. I never will understand it, and I'm glad I never had to understand it, really. I never had. After basic, I never did land nav again. Now, they teach you all this stuff. You got to read a map and all this compass and all this other bullshit, right? And then they'll just send you out with a group of people. Go find these points and come back. You have 2 hours. Okay. My team was incompetent. I was incompetent. I'm not going to pretend like I'm a genius. I'm not no genius. I have common sense. So we sitting there, we looking around. Okay, we seen his point already. We've already been over here. We know our point's not over here. He's like, let's go check over here. No, I just said we've been over here. It's not there. But let's still go check just to make sure. We already did. See, now you're just not listening. The common sense is lacking. So I'm just like, whatever. Let's just go, just to prove a point. And as I said, it's not there. I could have told you that. Kind of like I knew that we checked the whole area. Right, so obviously, our team didn't get all the points. And collectively, as a whole group, all the teams from each platoon, all their points are being counted. No, our platoon did not win. Our platoon got smoked. We got smoked. We got smoked by that. We got beat. Like, we lost, as in we got smoked. And then we got smoked for losing. You feel what I'm saying? We push-ups, all that. Now, the thing I love the most about basic is combatives. We did combatives. Combatives. Now, if you know, you know, I'm a wrestler, and I'm not a bum wrestler either. I am good. I'm a good wrestler. But everyone looks at size. They see 5'7", 145, which I'm not anymore. I'm fucking higher. I'm 5'9". I'm 5'9", 170. I gained weight, gained height, some muscle. Feel me? I'm just average. I'm exactly average in damn near every metric. Not every. Chill out. But yeah, so it's combatives, and obviously I love that. But then for some reason, when it came to the big combatives tournament with all the companies, I wasn't even considered. They chose two other randoms from companies, and of course they got absolutely annihilated. They made them two wrestle off for the spot. When I was better than both, which that actually pissed me off, because I realized at that moment I realized the Army is a game of favorites. No matter what you do, the Army is a game of favorites. Now, bottom line, you should know this. If you're gonna go into it, the Army is a game of favorites. That's how it is. So you can do everything right, but if the drill sergeant doesn't like you, you won't have a good career. If the sergeant doesn't like you, you won't have a good career if you do everything right. More on that in later episodes. You can do everything right, but if the drill sergeant just doesn't like you, you won't have a good career. Sucks to say that's how it is, but that's how it is. Now, it's a whole competition. There's a big ass pit. Big pit. Right? And it's like a free day, basically. You know, in middle school, elementary, when you have field day, it's like that, but with military events. It's like that. So I'm sitting there, and I'm a troll. I'm a troll. If you know, I'm a troll. I talk shit, and I don't care about feelings. I'm talking my shit. I got our company hyped. I'm talking my shit to the Bravo. Now, I was an Alpha company. There's Bravo, Charlie, Delta, so on and so forth. You know? That's just, organization reasons. So Bravo is our closest company and basically our closest rival. We see them every day. We're always in silent competition with them. So I'm out there. I'm talking, and then the guys next to me, they start barking. You know me. If I get it, yeah. If you start barking, it's go time. I'm trolling. I'm in their face, right? I'm in their face, so to the point where I'm getting pulled back. Buddy has my t-shirt like this, pulling me back. I'm still here. I'm right here with it. They pulling a PT shirt. I'm here. I'm right in their face. Boom. Right? All that shit talking just for our combatives got to lose. Wasn't my fault. Wasn't my fault. Should have been me. But basically that's boom. It's different now. Boom. 2 weeks later, right? Not everything is story worthy. You feel what I'm saying? 2 weeks later, our final gun qual. Now, we have pre-quals and quals, but this time we have CCOs. CCO is just a red dot. For y'all who don't know, CCO is just a red dot. Now, they'll send you on lanes, right? Now, we have a really bad range, and we all know it. We all know that this is the bad range. But if you shoot a target, it might not go down. It'll go through, but it might not go down. and the sand in front of the target has built up so much to where the center of the target is the base of the sand. So think of like a body silhouette. Think of this as a body silhouette, right? This is center mass right here, right? But the sand has been kicked up to right here. So so you think this is center mass right here. You think this is center mass, but it's down here. And that screwed up a lot of people. A lot. Now, there's no problem with that, except when you don't actually realize that the sand is kicked up unless you tell me. Now, lucky for me, I went to a lane with my own drill sergeant, my platoon drill sergeant. He's there. I went to that lane. So he tells me, he goes, Justin, center mass isn't center mass. Center mass is lower. I said, this is my guy. Right? Boom. So I go out there. And he's watching. And I'm shooting. I know I'm hitting him. I'm hearing it. The targets aren't going down. I'm like, what? I'm shooting. He's like, I hit it. He's like, you hear it. Like, you can hear it's hard plastic, right? It's like if I throw a rock at a wall, you'll hear it. So obviously if I hit plastic with a bullet, you're gonna hear it. So whack, boom, hear the sound. You can hear it. Target stays up. He's like, don't shoot it again. He's like, don't shoot it again. You hit it. I'm like, right? And it was like this the whole day. So when I get back to hear my score, he said 15. I said, that's a lie. Keep it in mind, my average for iron sight prequal was like a 31, which is good. That's what you want. 30 and higher. Anything 30 and higher is good, right? Let's be real. Anything 30 higher, that basically means if 40 people are coming at you and you have 40 bullets left, you're killing 31 of them. That's good. I don't know what percentage that is, but that's over 80. Or maybe it is 80. Just 80, 82. Right? Boom. Now, but qual day, we get a real nice range. We get the pristine range. The pristine, nice and clean. Boom. So I'm like, okay. I'm about to fry this. So I go this. I'm watching. I'm knocking them down, right? Because these targets actually fall. I shot a 37. My two buddies, they both shot 39s. I didn't know that yet, right? But the drill sergeant gonna come up. He said, 2 of y'all shot 39. I said, I wonder who. He says, my buddies. I say, I just put in all this work and I couldn't even beat these 2 niggas. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Now, that's our final qual. That's just it. That final qual is like the pin that you get when you graduate. So I got an expert badge. Now, I have another buddy who says, I've been shooting my whole life. And he shot a 29. And I said, I got expert. What'd you get? He said 29. I said, you must suck. He wasn't having it. He was so pissed. He's like, I don't know. It's the gun. It's the this. It's the that. I'm like, nah. I'm just better. Right? But so boom. It's Forge. It's 2 weeks. It's like big events. It's like it really felt like 2 increments of 2 weeks. It's the Forge. Now, I was 17. I have an August birthday. Basic training is 3 months. We started in June. I didn't do my math correctly. I thought I was gonna graduate by my birthday. I was wrong. My birthday was on the day of the Forge. The morning of the Forge. Imagine on your birthday. You wake up 3 a.m. to go to a 10-mile ruck. I wasn't having it. But you have no choice. If you tell the drill sergeant it's your birthday, it's worse. If you see this and you're going to go into the Army, don't tell anybody it's your birthday. Don't do it. If they know already, that is what it is. But if they don't know, don't tell nobody. They're gonna sing you happy birthday, but you're gonna be doing push-ups, sit-ups, and everything else for however old you're turning. So just best word of advice, just don't say nothing. By the way, that's only in basic. you want to tell someone in AIT and in garrison, whatever, that's fine. They're not gonna smoke you. 10-mile ruck. Stupid. I'm not happy. And the forge is basically just all rucking. You'll get somewhere, you'll stay there for a night, and they'll just, hey, pack all your stuff. We're gonna ruck. Now, we have a flag. Each platoon has a flag, and you're obviously right. It's military, right? So you're supposed to guard the flag with your life. So we're guarding our flag, and another platoon comes and tries to take it. That's crazy. Another platoon came into my platoon's area, trying to steal our flag, and we had no idea this was gonna happen. They tried to sneak attack us and take our flag. Weren't going for none of it. So everyone's running around. People are getting tackled, and I'm running up to the flag because just we were weird and we chose a spot on the hill. So I'm down here, and the flag is in the middle. The entrance is up here. So I'm running up the hill to try and get to the flag. Obviously, you have your weapon. You can't leave your weapon anywhere. Obviously, I'm running up, and I see someone coming, and out of nowhere, it was like watching Roman Reigns spear someone in WWE. That man got wiped off the face of the map. I said, oh. And apparently, it was Bravo company. As I said before, Bravo was like our unspoken rival, right? Bravo was nearby. You know, they all do the same stuff that we do. Same time, basically. They were nearby. They seen our stuff and they came to try and take it. So that was Bravo. And he's like, did they get the flag? I'm like, no. He's like, He's like, so he's like, who's this guy? He's like, he's from Bravo. He's like, what happened to him? He's like, he got speared. My dude's like, by who? He's like, I was like, I don't know. He's like, but he got speared though. I don't know who did it, but he got speared. Guy's on the ground, you know. Obviously he took a shot to the ribs, you know. He took a straight shot to the ribs. Boom. Obviously, forge is over. But at the end of the forge is when you officially, right? The drill sergeants will officially address you as soldier. Soldier. English is hard. Soldier. But they will call you trainee and whatever else up until that point. So they not. So, but when we're coming back, it's another 10 miles. It's another 10 miles back, right? As we're coming back, it starts to rain. So during our soldier ceremony, it's just pouring down rain. Stupid. Right? Now, a drill sergeant is technically not allowed to put hands on you, except in one situation where it's like a loophole. If he's putting a rank or a patch on you, he can do that. And there's nothing to say he can't do it as hard as he wants or as hard as he feels. So, I had no rank at the time, but I showed out in basic and I got some rank at the end. Little PV2 rank. We call them mosquito wings. I already got rid of my uniform because fuck the army. But that's besides the point. Boom. I know what's coming too. I'm bracing myself. When he tried to cave my chest in. I was in shock. He tried to cave my chest in. Goodness. That actually hurt. But, you know, I didn't care. I got some rank. But basic was a really hit and miss thing. If I had to go back, I would not do it again. Because why? Why would I? I would never want to rejoin the army. Because again, why would I? But I'm glad it's over. I'm glad I'm out. I can finally do what I want to do. I can finally do me, because the army environment was never me. Because there's more to being in the army than being physically gifted. If you want to be in the army, you have to be a kiss up. That's not me. And I'm not going to speak for everyone, but my army experience, the people around me who did the best were just kissing up. They spent most of the time on their knees, you know. You know that I know a lot of people around me have some pretty dirty knees. You know, a lot of rug burns on the knees. If you catch what I'm saying, you know, that's not me. I'm not one of them. I'm not gonna tell you what you want to hear because you want to hear it. Oh well, cry me a river. So, but basic was looking back. Basic was easier than I remember, for sure. You know, especially being a good 3 years removed. A good 3 years removed from basic is a lot easier than I remember. A lot easier. I would never go back in the Army though, because obviously it didn't work once. Why would I want to do that again? The people is just, I met my best friends in the Army, but not everyone is, you know, not everyone will like you just because you can do nothing wrong, right? And I think I said it early in the video, but the army's just really all the Army is favoritism. If you can make the drill sergeants like you, you'll be good. If you can make your sergeants like you, you'll be good. But I'm not gonna kiss up to do it. I'm not gonna get on my knees, as they would say, to do it. I'm not one of those people. I'm never gonna tell somebody what they want to hear just so they can hear it. Not one of those people. But that was my basic training. You know, just not really anything too detailed for real, because you know, it's my personal experience, you know. So for those who had different experiences, that's y'all. But this was my personal experience. This is part 1, episode 1, whatever you want to call it. I don't know how many parts this series is gonna be. We'll see. This might be a 4 or 5 part series. I'll do part 2 tomorrow. Part 2 will be AIT. That's advanced individual training. It's a little bit different. I actually have some stories. I actually have some real stories from AIT. So stay tuned. You know, that'll be coming. Comment. Make sure you comment what you want to see me do. Any videos or any questions about the Army and things like that, I'll try to answer. You know, I wasn't in forever, but I still experienced a lot of the Army. You don't have to be in forever to be able to answer Army questions. I was still in for some time. You know, I got some rank on me. I had some rank on me, and I definitely, for damn sure, had some experiences, right? But like, comment, subscribe. You know the deal, right? Part 2 tomorrow. This is part 1. I'm YG Sai, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.